So after practicing the last two videos, now you can move on to song number 1, which is basically identify your first starting points. Right hand has C at the bottom, and that's a fifth, so C, G. Also set up your left hand before you begin, and the left hand starting point is here. The bottom note is C, and that's a third, so that's a E on top, and that's how you guess. And you set up both hands before you start. Ready, go. The right hand has a fifth, 2, still a fifth, the same one. Bar 2, that's the third, 2, and then that's the fourth. The top note changed. Then the bar 3, the top note changed back to a fifth, and then changed to a fourth, 3, the third at the end. 3, 4, and the left hand begins the third, 2, and then the top note change. Then the top note keep changing to a fifth, 2, and we repeat that, 2. Then we go to a third, yes, and then a fourth, and back to a third, 2, 3, 4, and it's probably hard. You probably need to stop the video and practice on your own and get it a bit faster. And that's how you start learning how to read notes harmonically. These are harmonic intervals. Song number 2. First, notice that the top note is the one that doesn't change. Okay, so in the right hand, that means my pinky keeps hitting this note. But the bottom note will change. It starts with C, then it will go up, then you go up, right? And it goes down. Then same thing with the left hand. Once you know how to set up your left hand here, which is, by the way, C and a fifth above. Then you notice also that for the left hand, the top note, which is G, it doesn't change through. It's the bottom note that will change. So your thumb in the left hand will stay on G, and the bottom will change from C up to D, up to E, and back down, etc. That's how you would read. But you have to kind of prepare a little bit, like notice first what's going on, what doesn't change, and that's how you read, not by identifying each note. So here we go. Song number 2, both hands on C position. And because I'm using one hand to use the mouse, I'm hoping you could see what I highlight as I'm moving along. So we start. Ready, go. C and G. 2. The bottom change to D. 2. The bottom change up. 2. And the same one. 2. Then it changed down. 2. And we repeat that. And finally is C. 2, 3, 4. I switch my hand on the mouse. The C and G here, right? C and G. 2. And then the bottom note changed to D. The bottom note changed up to E, and then the next is the E, 2, and then finally at the last line it's 2, 3, 4. So the bottom note only goes up and back down in the left hand. And that's how you would read harmonic interval.